So this is Gamer Dom, welcome back to my garage. Just a quick look at the Japanese, well, it's called the Japanese Tiger. It's actually the heavy tank number 6, which is currently available as part of the Japanese themed weekend, certainly on the EU server. You can only pick it up for today, which is Sunday, and I believe through to Monday in the Wargaming shop at a discount. I mean, you can buy it every day, but they are offering it at the moment at bear with. So you can pick up the tank plus a garage slot for £8.93, which is apparently a saving of 26%, and which is about €11.50 in the Euro coin. So yeah, it's available for about another 18 hours or so. So if you want it, get your skates on and get it. It was introduced ahead of the patch that saw the Japanese super heavies arrive in the game, and that was fairly standard tactic of wargaming. When they bring in a new branch, new line, they often bring in a premium tank, which the patch before, so you can start to train up your crews, and that's what they did with this thing. And when it arrived, I saw some really tough reviews on it. It was a real Marmite tank, and some people absolutely hated it and thought it was a pile of junk, and Wargaming had no business issuing it. Personally, I quite liked it, and I did see some other people who really liked it. In fact, funny enough, I saw somebody who had posted early videos saying how atrocious it was, then did one a few weeks later and saying, you know what, maybe I was a bit hasty, it isn't quite as bad as I thought it was. It is a tier 6 heavy tank. It is obviously a Tiger, and the idea behind this was that this was, as the war progressed and Japan realised it needed some proper tanks to deal with the Russians, particularly. The Germans shipped them the blueprints of the Tiger and also some spare parts. Now, there's much debate, but it's believed that the submarine carrying it never actually got to Japan. But this is a sort of what-if tank. So what if they had got their hands on a Tiger? And it's sort of like I guess a lower tier. It's like an earlier version of the German Tiger one. So let's find that. Where is he? There he is. So obviously this is a tier 6 tank. The German Tiger, which looks pretty much identical apart from having a much longer gun, is a tier 7, and that's kind of what you'd expect, because if you look at the sort of armor, everything else of this tank, the Japanese one actually has an advantage, because it is exactly the same armor profile as the Tiger 1, but a tier lower. So the biggest problem in the Tiger 1 is it has a beautiful gun, but the armor is just so flat that when it faces tier 8s and tier 9s, which it does, it just can't compete. Whereas when you're at tier 6, you know, this tank, the Japanese version, if it's fighting tier 5s, even other tier 6s, yes, you can go up to an 8 in it. Sorry, you can go up to tier 8 in it. But you've got that, I don't know, the turret, the armor just seems, because it's exactly the same as the tier 7 German one, I think there's a bit of an advantage here. So anyway, let's have a quick look at this tank. 950 hit points, which is okay for a tier 6. It weighs 58 tons basically, and it has a 650 horsepower engine, so it can scoot along reasonably well. It's not terribly slow. Let's have a quick comparison with the German one. Yeah, same tonnage, slightly bigger engine, top speed of 40. So you get the same top speed, same weight. So, you know, the German one is slightly quicker away from the blocks, I guess. Armor wise, I just talked about it. It's 100 millimeters armor on the front, both the turret and the hull. And as with the German one, you know, it's very, very flat, and this lower plate is very easy to hit and to pen. So the armor can't be relied on too much, but if you angle, and you know, if you're in a lower tier match, this thing will bounce shots quite regularly, and does. Turret and side armor and rear and side armor, rear and rear hull and rear turret armor are all 80 millimeters, which is pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. So let's move on to, let's start view range next. 370 is pretty good as well in a tier 6 tank. 370, I've got binos on this, and that brings it up to 472, which is excellent. And you know, there is an option for this tank to be more of a support snipey tank. It depends on the tiering. If you get into a matchup where you are top tier and there aren't that many other top tiers in the match, then brawling is a seriously good option in this thing. If you're sort of lower tier, then you know, sniping and using this 88 to good effect is also good. So yeah, good to have those options available. So let's have a look at the gun. It basically is one of the lower tier German 88s. Let's have a quick look on the setup. So yeah, so it's this second from top gun that you get on the German Tiger, but slightly worse. Only just on the looking at that, just on the rate of fire. So the Japanese one has a slightly worse rate of fire, actually significantly worse. German one has 10.9 rounds per minute, the Japanese one has 8.5. So yeah, other than that, the stats are exactly the same. So 8.5 rounds a minute, penetration 132 with AP, 171 with APCR, and 44 with HE. 220 average damage with the standard round on the APCR, and 270 with the HE. Dispersion 0.38, which isn't bad. Aim time 2.3, which also isn't too bad at all. So you've got, oh, I've got the wrong tank up. Hang on, I was looking at the right gun, but I had the wrong tank. So yeah, so this thing, it's like a tier 6, slightly weaker gunned Tiger 1, effectively, and it's pretty good, I think. I like it a lot. I do play it a fair bit. I've even got a mastery in it, so Ace Tanker mastery in it. So let's have a quick look and I'll show it working. Imogen's belting out the songs again this morning, Sunday morning. Gotta have a sing along. So we're on airfield, we're top tier, which is nice, and there aren't that many top tier heavies. So we've got an OI, they've got an OI, they've got a KV85, a T150, none of which really scare me too much. 2 RT, which yeah, always scares everybody. So I'm going to go over to the heavy brawling area, see what we can do. I do like this camo pattern you get on the Japanese tanks, the blue tank. It's got to be good when it's blue, right? So you can see it turns reasonably quickly on the spot. What are we doing? 27, 28, 30. Yeah, so it's a heavy tank, so you're not going to go racing off like, you know. There we are, top speed. We're on the flat, on the sand here, and nobody's coming with us. Oh, good. Let's see if we can actually get in to wake up. Missed the map there. What happened there? What's this lot doing? They're just sort of hiding at the back. There's a Lux, there's a Covenanter, there's the OI, but he's quite slow. Oh, couldn't get a shot on the Lux, which is a shame because I would eat him. Okay, there's a bit more serious opposition. Right, I'll take away the armour. Let's go back to armour piercing because I don't want to waste. So I was a bit naughty. I went for APCR because I just wanted to make sure every shot counted against him, because at that point I was isolated. There was a KB1 behind me. What the flip? What the heck was that all about? What the hell was he doing? Ow. Missed him, that was a stupid shot. Let's let this OI go and deal with the other OI. I'll try and cover him from that KB. Didn't do much in that shot. It's slightly surprising. That's exactly what I wanted, thank you. He's down 2, so... Oh shit, there's another heavy. Didn't see him coming. Ah, Artie got me. Did Artie get me? I really need the mods that tell you who's been shooting at you. But you can see there, you know, this is not a bad tank. I mean, you're not going to bounce huge amounts of shots, but it is only a tier 6 heavy. It's got a really good accurate gun, particularly sort of a medium to short range. But it can snipe if you need it to. Really good damage output. I did 1300 damage and 7 shots there, and got 2 kills. You know, I think it's a nice tank. But, you know, it's a premium, and all premiums are slightly worse than non-premiums. And KB1 experimental camping at the back. Good job, good job. I bet your team love you, mate. But that'll be why you're 14-5 down. Because you're a big powerful heavy, even though you're a tier 5, and if you've been brawling up amongst with your other heavies, you probably would have done pretty good. Anyway, what can you do? It's the weekend. It's Noobville. So there you go. That was just a quick look at the tank. Second class mastery, fire for effect. We finished 3rd on the team on XP, which is nice. 9 hits, 9 shots fired, 8 hits, 7 penetrations for 1300 damage. Received 5 hits, 4 penetrated, 1 didn't. So, you know, your armor's not... I was up against other heavies and they're going to pen. 100 armor is pretty good on paper, but when it's as flat as it is, isn't great. Only 220 blocks. So basically that was the one shot which we blocked. Can't remember who that was from, probably one of the KVs. We did 40, we got 40,000 credits. We did fire a fair bit of APCR in that, but still made nearly 23,000. First victory of the day. It's a ×3 this weekend, plus it's a premium tank, gave me 3,400 XP. So that's good, because I've got, what have I got in this tank? My OI experimental crew. So there you go. That's the Tiger. Oh, the Japanese Tiger, the heavy tank number 6, tier 6 Japanese heavy. On special this weekend for the next 18 hours anyway. It is just come out for 11 o'clock on on Sunday in the UK, so I'm guessing it's only this weekend, well, only for the next rest of this day, and maybe to the early morning tomorrow, that you can pick it up if you want it and you want to be able to train your Japanese heavies. It's been Gamer Dom. Thanks for watching. Please do consider giving a like and maybe subscribe to the channel for more content. And I'll see you again. Have fun, enjoy yourselves. Remember, it's just a game.